I had to double check whether there was an R after his name when Mike Lawler said that, but he's a gutsy guy. The New York congressman sits on the House Financial Services Committee, Foreign Affairs Committee, essentially saying of those on maybe the far right, cool it, we can still keep this government functioning and operating. He joins us right now. Congressman Lawler, good to have you.
Thanks for having me, Neil.
What reaction have you got from some colleagues?
Primarily positive, and people saying thanks for saying it. I mean, look, here's the reality. Voters gave Republicans a House majority to govern, to be a check and balance on the Biden administration. I 1,000% agree that we need to rein in spending, that we need to stop the reckless policies of this administration. They have created record inflation. They have given Americans a horrible economy, rising gas prices, rising groceries. But if we shut down the government while we are working through the appropriations process, we are going to compound that issue. It will dramatically impact 401ks. It'll impact the stock market. And it's an absolute joke as far as I'm concerned. It's not going to give us more leverage. I've never seen a shutdown work successfully for those who have tried it. And it's not what the American people expect of us. They expect us to be the adults in the room and govern. And I agree with the premise that many of my colleagues on the right are fighting for, to reduce spending. But when you don't control the Senate and you don't control the White House, there's a reality. There's limitations to what you can do. And so, you know, as I've said previously, if we want to be in a better position, if we want to have a stronger hand, run better candidates and win more races. Otherwise, this is the situation we find ourselves in, where we have a very small majority in the House, and a handful of my colleagues refuse to take yes for an answer. They refuse to define a win, and they refuse to work as a team. And so I'm not going to allow them to shut down the government at the expense of the American people so they can raise, money online in $5 increments, acting like they're doing something and sticking it to, the administration, when in fact all they're doing is screwing their colleagues and the majority.
All right, well, surprisingly, some of them disagree. They say you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You said primarily the reaction you got from your colleagues was good. That tells me that a couple were not happy with what you said.
Well, listen, if somebody like Matt Gaetz is upset, too bad. The reality here is the vast majority of my colleagues understand the responsibility that we have. They're serious and sober-minded. Yes, some of them come from, right-leaning districts. But listen, when those veterans in their district aren't getting their benefits, when those seniors in their district aren't getting their Social Security benefits, when our active duty, military personnel aren't being paid, I'm pretty sure they'll come to reason very quickly. So at the end of the day, we don't need to shut down the government to negotiate the appropriations process. My colleagues need to come up with a top-line number and work as a team to appropriate. But there's no reason to shut down the government, especially when they can't even muster the strength to pass a rule to pass the Department of Defense appropriations bill. So, we need to move forward. And I just implore all my colleagues to focus on the task at hand rather than, putting the American people and our economy at risk even further. Part of the reason we put forward a CR that included H.R. 2 was because Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have done nothing on immigration. And in fact, the Biden administration has created a catastrophe at our southern border.
All right,
and that's what we should be focused on.
Got it. You're referring to a continuing resolution. All right, Congressman Lawler, always good having you. Thank you for stating that pretty forcefully. Mike Lawler of New York.